All right, guys, looks like we are a go. You should have the Facebook Live starting soon screen. And I think you can hear me when that screen's there. Oh, apparently I have a rooster in my neighborhood. Who knew? Waiting for some people to get on. I suppose I should probably pull this up on my phone too. What do you think? So I can see comments. Facebook. Look, it's even right there. Awesome. I like it when it works seamlessly. All right. One more moment here. All right, let's see. Who do we have here? Rhonda and Teresa and Gail and Joette. Hi, Joette. Welcome to the group. And let's see, Pauline and Melody and 7 others. It doesn't tell me the names. It says, literally says 7 others. Sorry, I find that hilarious. All right, so, hi guys. All right, how did your weekend go? Did you have a good weekend? Hopefully. It was nice and calm and you stayed home, and don't mind my messy hair. It's doing its own thing today. You know, happy Easter if you celebrate Easter. Happy weekend if you don't. I have a funny story to share, and I shared a little bit with Danielle the other day. I'm gonna move my phone here so I can see comments. So yesterday, so Easter, my previous next door neighbor, they've moved, texted us and said, hey, do you have space in your refrigerator? And we're like, yes. So she's like, good, our refrigerator died. We are going to bring you some food. We'll be there in like 10 minutes. Okay, sure, no problem. And so they bring over a whole bunch of food. And my kids were excited about some of the silly things. Ranch, we got more ranch, which is good because we had to actually run out. So, you know, my kids were like, yay, we have ranch. And milk and, you know, whatever. And so, you know, our day goes on. We had dinner, and about, it was probably about 6 o'clock, I think, last night, my time. We get a text from them that their 4-year-old, I think she's 4, she's right about 4, their 4-year-old walked over and said, look, this is how I turned off the refrigerator. So the refrigerator didn't actually die, she just turned it off. And so, you know, we told them, you know, anything that we hadn't eaten, because we'd eaten a little bit of it last night with dinner, you know, just added to, you know, anything that we hadn't eaten, you're welcome to have back. You know, it's totally up to you. So they probably won't, because that's, you know, that's who they are. But oh my gosh, we laughed so hard last night when we heard that story, you know, the follow-up. And yeah, it was, oh my gosh, it was hilarious. So, all right, so comments. Pauline is asking, what is ranch? So Pauline, ranch is a style of salad dressing, and I don't know why it's called ranch. But it has, generally it's a buttermilk type base, and it has, oh my gosh, I don't even know what different seasonings off the top of my head. I know how to make the dry mix, I just can't remember anything off the top of my head. But basically it's the which you also may not have there, but if you get like a veggie tray, a lot of times there's a dip in the middle. And so for us, that almost always is a ranch dip. And so that obviously is going to be a little bit thicker than what you would put on your salad. But it's, in our case, we got some of both. We got a dip and salad dressing. So like my youngest is in high heaven. So, so yeah, that is my little giggle for the day. And apparently the fridge is actually working. You know, they were hesitant last night to, you know, make sure that that is what was the case. And so, yeah, I found out just a few minutes ago that yes, indeed, that what was the problem. So, so yeah. Pauline, you're not gonna like me for this, but I would much rather have ranch than Marmite or Vegemite. I've had both, and that is definitely something that you grow up with liking or not. But that being said, I'm also not a sour or a bitter person, like with what I eat. And so neither of those fit into my taste palette, but I know people who love it. I'm just not one of those people. So, but I can say I have tried it. I have tried it on toast the way it's supposed to, and with Earl Grey tea. Yeah, not my thing. Anyway, yeah. But Anzac cookies, that's a whole nother ballgame. Anzac biscuits, my apologies. I gotta say it the right way. All right, so I promised you an easy, sorry, distracted by comments. She doesn't like Marmite either, and they now have Cheesy Mite. I honestly don't know what Cheesy Mite might taste like. Now I'm curious. Melody's asking, what is Marmite? Melody, I don't know the actual answer to it, but it is a very bitter spread. So you would spread it kind of like jam or jelly on toast. Marmite, I believe, is meat-based, and Vegemite would be veggie-based. Yeah, Pauline can explain more, or Amy could probably explain more. I know we have, what, one more person that's over there somewhere? So, or anybody else who actually knows. I mean, you can get that stuff here in the States. If you look at the aisle for the foreign foods, depending on the store, depends on what they call it. But I know I can get digestives, I know I can get Marmite, I can get Vegemite, and a few other things depending on the store. Depends on which, how much stuff is there. So, all right, so back to my project, sorry. It is gonna be super easy. Most of you probably have some of these things at home, and it uses up scraps, and it's a fun little thing. So, without further ado, let's transfer you over so you can see my tabletop. And voila. Don't mind my lunch. I promise I'm not going to eat with my mouth, or talk with my mouth full. All right, so I know this looks promising, right? This is our project right here. It looks great, right? All right, so if I lay it down, this is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna bring this up a little bit closer so you can see. So this is, I believe it's known as a bulldog clip, right? So it's one of these, and this is, probably isn't the largest size you can get, but it is one of the larger sizes, you know, and it just does this to clip your papers together. So they come in all sorts of sizes. This size is probably the best size for this purpose. And we have a clip, a scrap of paper, and some ribbon or twine of some sort, and you're done. It's that simple. And you just slip your picture in there, whatever picture you want, and you just set it on your desk or your table, and it's cute and easy to change out pictures and all sorts of stuff. So, like I said, super simple, super easy. The kids in this picture, none of them are actually my kids. These are all band kids and band parents from, oh gosh, this was 2 years ago. So this is fall season. No, that was this year. This was a year ago. So, yeah. All right. So let's continue. All right, so, sorry, I am like really distracted today. My brain just doesn't want to function properly. It wants to go thrift store shopping and visiting with friends and crafting in person with my people and all that stuff, and we can't do that right now. And so it's just kind of shutting down. I'm also not able to just get out and walk because of the number of people in my neighborhood won't stay home. So I can't do that either. All right, so both of these papers are from these are my people collection. They're super fun and super versatile and available until the end of this month, the end of next month, something like that. All right, so let's see how big our paper is here. Oh, perfect. All right, so if I had thought about cutting the other paper better before, I could have. All right, so we are going to cut our paper at 1 7/8, and you can go just a smidge past that. Let me see if I can hold this up so you can see it. All right, so here you can see that I have the tiniest bit of space on either side, left, right, on this clip, right? So if you did not want to see that at all, you would want to make this a little bit bigger. Hi, Kelly, thanks for joining us. Oh my gosh, pressure's on. All right, so this piece, if you want this little space that I have, you're gonna cut it at 1 7/8. If you don't want that piece, you do not want to go all the way to 2 inches because that's just a little bit too far. See, if we put our clip down on our cutting trimmer thing, oh my gosh, then you can see it doesn't quite come all the way to this line. You probably can't see. All right, let me tell you, this is talent, guys. This is harder than you think it might be. All right, but you see that space there? That means it's not quite 2 inches, but it's also not quite, so it's more than 1 7/8, but it's less than 2. So we're gonna go with 1 15/16. All right, and then my first one, I cut it 3 1/4, and I have this front end tucked. I haven't figured out how to zoom this camera yet, so it's back and forth with me lifting. So this front end is tucked up here underneath, which you can kind of see. And then if I flip it over and let it focus, you can kind of see that it doesn't go up quite as far. And so you probably want to do it a little bit longer. So if we do let's do 3 3/8. All right. So now what you're gonna do, because it works best if you give it some idea of what it's going to do. First, decide which paper you're gonna, what side of your paper you're gonna use, and place it, and then just run your fingers around and give it, not necessarily the full crease, but make sure you're holding it so it's up here, and then wrapping it so you have those bends. Okay, so then we're gonna take it off. We're gonna grab our glue. You do want something sticky. So, and you want something that is a tape runner and not a liquid glue, because the glue will not have anything to grab hold of on this metal piece. So it'll just pop right off once it's dry. If it gets dry, attached. So you want to use, you might be able to do it with just the Tombow runner. I would probably go something stronger, either the ATG or a score tape or the red line tape, whatever your preference is. And so on this, I'm just going to tap it right up there so it's all the way up against, and kind of center it because this is not quite the right amount, and then press my glue down. And we did not put, I did not put any glue here on this bottom part. I just did the 2 edges, so it would be here and here. Just because this is curved, I just wanted it to be able to do its own thing and be happy. We want our paper to be happy so it does what we want it to do. I know it sounds a little bit backwards, right? All right, so you're going to hold it with your thumb on the bottom. You're gonna hold it with a finger on the top. You're gonna make sure that your paper is tight. You're gonna bend the corner, but then you're going to push it a little bit. Oh, and we got this one just a little bit too long. Because see, if I tuck it up there, I can't get this on here. So I'm gonna trim this off just a little bit. It's good to measure every one because they should be the same, but with those curls, they may not be. So I'm gonna trim off, I don't even have a measurement. I'm gonna trim off that much. That's what, about 1/8. Okay, holding, there we go, tucking, and now my glue is right at the very edge, so I have to be careful, and then pushing. Voila! And we have it covered. Right? Super simple. And then we are going to take our twine, and this is the mink twine. And this one I'm going to attempt to tie a bow instead of the knot, just because it's girly colors. And I do work with, almost always, I work with my ribbon on my spool, or whatever you want to, my card. Just so I don't have to cut off more than I really need to. I mean, I will have a little bit of excess because I don't need this piece this long, but that way I can cut this here and I can still use whatever's left. Hopefully that makes sense. And that being said, I am not going to throw this piece away because I use little tiny pieces like this. It's amazing. I'll have to show you. I'll have to have that be one of the videos one time. All right, so that is our second little clip, right? Covered all the way around. We have a cute little bow. We're gonna put Alex with the pink paper, and voila. It's that simple. And it's super cute. Jody, a little bit, yes. So your starting measurements that you want to check before you glue anything are going to be minimum 1 and 7/8 for your left to right on this, and 3 1/4 minimum to wrap around. So if you want to try to make it go curl to curl, you want to go a little bit further. I don't remember what further we went to. Did we do 3? I think we did 3 3/8, and that was a little bit too much. So 1 7/8 by 3 1/4, and you should be good. That will give you the little bit more border. Or you can do 1 15/16, which still we have the tiniest bit of border, but that, I think that's okay. And then I think 3 1/4 is a safe number for the total wrap. So that's our little project, right? And if you have like a panoramic picture, you could totally do 2 of them and then put them together like that. That would be kind of fun. Or a larger picture. So you do want to put the tie at the top because, let's see, I don't have a third one right here. Because if you don't put the tie on here, then the photo will slip all the way down, which means, you know, you're covering part of your photo, which you generally don't want to do. But it doesn't have the tension necessarily to hold it either. So these are great little gifts for coworkers when you go back to work. And you can get a box of 12 of these for just a couple bucks at the office supply store or Amazon if you want to have it before you go back to work. And yeah, use up your scraps. It doesn't matter. And you can add things on here. So let's see. Grab a glue dot and let's see, and a heart. Well, I like that size. We could even do it on the blue one too, right? Because it's probably gonna go to a mom for her desk, right? They could go to the dads, but I mean, let's be honest, we're probably gonna give it to the ladies. All right, so these are giant glue dots, so I'm gonna fold it in half. So yeah, you could totally dress these up however you would like. You could, you could zigzag the ribbon all the way up to that point and then tie it. That would be super cute as well. Or you can put some flowers up there. You just want to make sure that you don't make it too top heavy because then it won't stand up. And then that kind of goes completely against what our goal was, right? So yeah, we want them to stand up. So it's kind of funny, this drawer set that I've mentioned that I have to my side here actually came from my grandmother's house when we were cleaning that out, and she had some well, I say interesting, but yeah, some of it's interesting. She had some things in the drawers that I kept and some things that I didn't keep because I don't need 50 million pens because I already have 50 million pens. But one of the things, she had a whole slew of these clips in there, and most of them I left down in my garage when I brought it up. But one of the things that she has, and if you watched the bag video the other day, you probably saw it, But she has this little contraption, and it looks like a stapler, and it works like a stapler, but it has no staples. So I'm going to, here, let's just tear it in half, right? And then I'm going to staple it. Look, no staples, but it's stapled together. So it's like a crafter's like dream thing. It sounds so dumb. So it, oh, I need something dark to put this against. So it punches this little bit here, right? So it punches and it goes down, and if I flip this over, that piece that it punches, it wraps up through, punches a tiny another little hole, and that piece is coming up here. So this piece right here is from here. Right? Is that not the coolest thing? It's a punch and a stapler in one, with no staples. Sorry. I get mesmerized easily. So yeah, this little thing, sorry, watching it to see if I figure out how it works. I have no idea. All right, so we have our two little bulldog clips. Wait, are the bulldog clips the silver ones? I don't know. I'm questioning myself now. Anyway, these clips, they are the large ones. You can put something on them, on either side of them, and then whatever ribbon you'd like at the top, and it holds your photo just like that. Binder clips. Thank you, Melody. Binder clips, not bulldog, because bulldog is the silver ones. It's the silver ones that have the flat part and then has the little hole there and the rounded part there. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, ladies. I started the video, I knew at the very beginning that I did not want to call it a bulldog clip because I knew that that was wrong. And then I forgot. So, super easy, super fast. Pauline, you called these ones the bulldog clips and not the one that I just drew. Horrible drawing, but like that. Not that it wants to focus. It is super fun to see some of the paper clips and stuff from other countries. I used to save them. I used to work for a company that we would process class papers that would come in, and the teachers would paper clip them together, and there are some really cool ones, really cool paper clips from other countries that are essentially just plain. They're just not like ours. So, all right, so on that note, super simple. Does anybody have any questions about how to put this together? I'm going to give it a few seconds so you guys can ask. And here in a few seconds, if there aren't any questions, then yeah. Oh yeah, and I found, when I was looking for stuff for the bags, I found my 2 sponge daubers. And Danielle showed me she has all 4 of hers. So it's kind of funny that one of my sponge daubers isn't actually labeled, but if you look, you can also see, let me line them up completely, the one without the label is also used considerably more. So I wonder if I just rubbed off the label, because you can see that this one's kind of rubbing off too. But these were my favorite. You can see they're all sorts of colors. Yeah, I went through a number of them. All right, so I don't think that there are any questions, which means either you guys are smarter than me or I explained it really well. So I'm gonna go with you're smarter than me because I don't feel like I explained it very well today, with my brain being on vacation, hiatus, strike. It's on strike. There we go. That's the word I wanted. So awesome. Thank you, ladies, so much, and gentlemen, for Jamie, if you end up watching this. And any other guys. I haven't seen any other guys in the group, but you know, it might change, right? Hello, Leona. Thanks for joining us. And let's see, Sharon joined us too, and Rebecca, and Carr, and Jennifer, Sandra, Charisse, Dawn, Jody, and Aline says she misses me. I miss her too. She's one of my ladies that I would craft with. She's local, and I can't go craft with her. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, it's gonna be short, and it's been half an hour. Rhonda says her binder clips came decorated already. So Rhonda, you could either just add a simple little embellishment, or you could add more paper to it and use the embellishment they have already, and you can use a smaller piece and it can become a mat for your piece. Just saying. So thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to see the ones that you guys come up with. And Rhonda, you could easily just add a heart and a tie and you're good. That's even easier. And these would be super easy to pack together in a set of 4 or 6 or something to give as a gift to someone, so they can have multiple on their desk, and kind of go from there. So that would be fun too. So awesome. Thanks for joining me, ladies, and I will see you guys next time. I know Danielle will have a great project for you tomorrow. And we will have an album up here shortly for you to be able to put your creations of this fun little clip in so we can see them. So thanks so much. Bye. See you later.